Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am making this video. It's pretty much a thank you video and sort of like a vlog. I'm going to catch you up on what's been going on the work front. But first, I must say thank you to a couple of people. So first, Bubby, thank you so much for your beautiful card. That card is so beautiful, and that red cardinal, oh my goodness, that is super symbolic. It's symbolic to my grandmother passing, even though I know that the red cardinal is a male bird, and then they have the like yellow one, but red cardinal is just huge in this family in regards to my grandmother. And then I know that I did say thank you to Roxanne, who is completely spoiling me. Roxanne, you're getting out of hand. So Roxanne was very nice, and she and I text here and there. She's got a lot going on family-wise, as do I, but she's really got some stuff going on. When, you know, when you complain and you think, excuse me, and you think somebody's got it worse than you, well, I would say she's one of those people. She is not a young spring chicken, but not old either. And, you know, she has grown son who is not well, ill, and she takes care of him every single day. And for her to have time to even think about me and in any form like that, and the way she has, I'm just super grateful. I'm not surprised because she just gives that vibe, and I just know she's that type of woman. But I just feel like, oh my God, I can't believe that, you know, she went out of her way to even think about me. And she writes such beautiful things that, you know, of course, that's between us. Excuse me. I've been talking all day at work. So I don't know if I shared. She had sent me a beautiful card, basically kind of like an inspirational card, you know, congratulating me on getting a part-time job, because that was something that was really, you know, it was giving me a ton of anxiety. It had been a lot of years, like 3 or 4 years since I worked out, like in the, you know, in the public, and so I was nervous, and I was having a hard time also finding a job. And so she sent me a beautiful card, but it has sweet things, so I won't share it. And then I guess she must have heard that I like to get the Christmas socks for Christmas, and I usually will get them at Dollar Tree, and I wear, you know, one on Christmas Eve, one on Christmas Day. But she took it upon herself to get me beautiful socks. So here's one of them. Charter Club is by Macy's. Excuse me. Jeez. And then this one, I love these with the snowflakes. So I just was like, oh my God, how sweet. Like, she did not have to think of me in that way. And so then I come home and I just said, let me check my mailbox. Mail really doesn't come for another 2.5 hours because our mailman is all jacked up. And what do you know? I see a little box of Dove. I got a little sample of Dove deodorant, canned deodorant. And then I see a bag, and it has Roxanne's name on it. And I'm like, what did she do? Oh, no. So another beautiful, cute little card. This is my little Christmas card from her with the little doggies. Just so cute. And she just writes such sweet things. And her and I just connect, you know, we just really do. We can relate in a lot of ways. And then, of course, I open up, and she had sent me my favorite pack of Bic erasers, which are in a bag because I was moving stuff that was in the garage. And so I put all my razors that I want together Ever since, you know, my mom going through my stuff, I kind of just came home and was moving stuff around in the garage. So that's where that went, because I opened it up in the garage, the gift that she gave me. And then I find a beautiful gift from Juicy Couture, which I actually have the bottle. So I don't know. I know she said she liked it. I don't know if maybe she's seen me in like a video, because that's the perfume. I have no idea, but this is so cool. This comes with the vaporizer, so you get a spray, which is so convenient, and then you get a body lotion, and then you get a perfume solid, which I've never had, never seen, never used before. I might have used maybe years ago, but that is just so cool, because I know, like, when I shower right before I go out, I know I'm going to be going out, I think of what fragrance I'm going to use, and if I happen to have like the body wash and lotion, either or, I'll use the body wash and then I'll use the body lotion, stack that, you know, and then, sounds like I'm talking about coupons, and then I put the perfume on, and I feel like it lasts longer. And so I just love it. I just love it, and I have to hide it because my mom will be like, oh, that's so cute, can I borrow it? Just like she did when she seen my socks. I couldn't even share something that a subscriber / really good friend gave me without her saying, oh, you know, I want to borrow one of those for my party at work. Like, you work at ShopRite. Who's looking at your feet? Like, really? Like, I don't get much. I don't have much. She has a retirement. She has a paycheck. Like, you're going to take my socks, my undergarments? Like, that's exactly why I reacted the way I reacted yesterday in my live, which should have been a vlog, because my mom is super duper selfish. She just only thinks about her. And it's just like, I can't take it. And so I want to say thank you to those who didn't rip me to shreds in my comment section and who actually understood in a way where I was coming from. I did have one of my friends here say, you know, I couldn't imagine one of my kids, you know, going on the internet. But she didn't say it in a negative way, and I don't want her to think that I was mad about it, because I was explaining to her that there is a huge backstory, you know, a huge cigarette time, especially when I'm vlogging. There's a huge backstory to that. Dollar Tree, by the way, the Crocs. And when I say there's a huge backstory, look, for my mom to feel like she could come in here and, if you guys see, you know, and just take whatever she wants, there's stuff everywhere. There's just stuff everywhere. And for her to take whatever she wants without asking and looking me in my face and lying, it's like treating me like a stranger, just somebody on the street. And that's not the first time. That's the relationship we have. Whether she wants to admit it or not, that's the way it is. I'm not like that, but she sure as hell is. And so that's why I reacted the way I did, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to vent. I'm going to show people what real life is, and if there's somebody out there who can relate to somebody who is trying to better themselves, especially her being an alcoholic. Yes, she is over 2 years sober. She does go to meetings, but she absolutely does the steps in her way. And that's a huge no-no. Last Christmas, there's a plane going over. I had the worst Christmas. Like I said yesterday, I got super duper sick, so I was unable to go to Nikki's family's house, which is really the only family I have. And my mom was banking on me leaving, so she was scattering for her phone instead of coming to check on me, because I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. That's how sick I felt. And instead, she's scattering for the phone because she probably had to text so-and-so, like, my daughter's going to be here, plans have changed, she's sick. And I'm thinking to myself, all for a man. And then, of course, this man ends up coming over, and I'm stuck in the room for hours. I didn't even go and pee because I felt so uncomfortable, and that was my Christmas. You don't do that. You don't do that to your family. Especially, that was like her second Christmas from being out of the hospital, and her first Christmas that she was able to do stuff on her own. You would think she would have been like, you know what? You're home. I eventually felt better. Let's cook. Let's, eat. Find something on TV. We like to watch Roseanne. I own all of the episodes. And we'll hang out, just me and you. But no, a man was more important. Like always. And so that's where... So if you start to see what I'm saying here, there's a backstory into where all of that comes from when I talk and rant about the things and ways that my mom is and the way she acts and treats me. So I just want to clarify that's super important, that there is a huge backstory. I am not just some crazy, pain in the ass bitch that just wants to complain because my mom touched my shampoo and went through my stockpile and decided to make a bag and go and give it away and not tell me. It's really about the lying and the selfishness. That's really what it's about. So, I appreciate you guys, watching and listening and understanding where I was coming from. So today I went to work. Yesterday it was 7:30 to 12:30. Today was 7:30 to 12:30. Tomorrow I go in at 11:30. And when I walked in today, it was just me and the manager. There was no other cashier. And there was only one girl who is she works on the floor. She knows how to do the cashier, but not as efficient and quick. And so we walked in and it looked like a tsunami had hit it. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to recover all this mess and be the cashier? The cashier is responsible for the front end. So you have to make sure that the balloon cage is filled and the balloon drawers are filled, and if they're, running out of stock, you got to make a list so they can order them, make sure the helium is, not running out, and if you're on your last tank, make sure your order's on its way, or make note to the manager. So you have to make sure that the balloon cage and the all of the refrigerators, and I think there's 3 of them. You have to make sure all of them are stocked with whatever stock we might have. The reading glasses, you have to make sure that they are all fully stocked. You also have to make sure that all the registers are wiped down and garbage is taken out and new bags are put in. And then the displays, like when you first walk in, a lot of you might see there'll be like a display with the, holiday stuff like right in front of you. You have to make sure that that's all neat and tidy. And it looked like a tsunami hit it, like straight up. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm the only cashier. They usually give you a slip and it'll have a list of stuff, and they'll check all the stuff that they want you to try to get done by the end of your shift. I couldn't even check off but one thing. And that was that I wiped down my cashier area. I pumped out 6 balloons, and I did the stocking display, which wasn't on there as stocking display. I don't know what they would call it. But I told the girl, so Desiree, she's the manager, she's super sweet. She's like, well, no, this counts. She goes, they can run the tape. They'll see that you did not get off that register the entire time you were here. It's as simple as that. Now, we didn't know that somebody was due to come in at 11 o'clock. So if I would have had that 11 o'clock cashier, I would have had somebody that could have held down the register while I went and did the balloons and did the soda, or she could have did the balloons and I could have did the soda. you know, we could have worked something out there, but I had nobody. And so I didn't know that anybody was scheduled. I thought it was just me, and that was it. So I'm working, you know, going, and I get a phone call. It's like 11:40, and it's from this lady's husband letting me know that so-and-so is going to be late. And I said, oh, what time was she due in? And he was like, who's this? I said, I'm just the cashier, Diana. He goes, she was due in at 11. I'm like, all right. I didn't even know she was due to come in. I said, is she going to be able to make it at all? He goes, no, she's on her way. I said, as long as she can get here as soon as possible, because I got to make sure she's here before I leave, or I can't leave, you know, and then it runs into a problem as far as taking breaks. Because once you hit 6 hours, you have to take a full meal. And if you hit 6 hours and you were not scheduled for 6 hours, a half hour is one thing, but 6 hours and then not taking a meal, New York State, it's a law. They get a fine. It's a big deal. So it would have been nice if she would have, you know, called earlier, but he said that the alarm didn't go off, whatever. So bottom line was I was on my own, and I didn't get to do a lot of the work that I wanted to get done. And then computers are crashing, and please, you know, customers aren't nice. You know, they're like, there's not enough people. How come this isn't working? How come that isn't working? Every time I come here, the store is a mess, yada, yada, yada. And I'm thinking, you know, they're like, what's all that stuff? I said, all of that stuff is throwbacks. All of that stuff is the stuff that customers pick up, and as they're shopping, they decide they don't want, and they just drop it anywhere. I said, and we have to go up and down each aisle with a basket, pick it up, and we got to go and put it back in its rightful spot. And they're like, oh, wow, you know. Like, yeah, oh, wow. We don't make this mess ourselves. Why would we make a mess for our own self to clean it? That's silly. So that's, you know, basically the retail front. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. And so now I'm home. I'm going to try to do some work for the channel, at least start the CVS breakdowns. And that's really it. I just really wanted to say thank you to Roxanne. Of course, I'm going to give her a personal call and text and say thank you to Bubby if he's watching. And if any of you want to exchange Christmas cards, my email is in the description box. And thank you all so much for watching and listening. And let me know by giving this a thumbs up if you want to see vlogs like this. Because I will absolutely start to incorporate them on my channel. I actually enjoy doing them. And yeah, I might do a Rap With Me video. And if you have any questions, leave them below. Maybe I'll do a Q&A. So, alright guys, thanks so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.